All right, let's take another crack at this. This is file number 242307 FY, People versus Caden D. Hasselkuss. Mr. Hasselkuss was here earlier this month on a disturbing the peace. These charges are significantly more serious. It's alleged that on or about December 20th in the city of Three Rivers, did carry or possess butane, an explosive or combustible substance with the intent to damage or destroy property without permission of the property owner, and did damage property belonging to Goodwill Industries. It's a felony punishable by up to 20 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $15,000.
Your Honor, that was on December 29th.
Oh, December 29th. Yes, I'm sorry. Count 2, did being a person 18 years of older possess methamphetamine within 1,000 feet of a school, which is a 20-year felony. I have not seen that charged this year, I don't think. Count 3, arson, preparation to burn. Did arrange, place, devise, or distribute an inflammable, combustible, or explosive material, liquid, substance, or device at or near Goodwill Industries with the intent to commit arson of property having a value of $20,000 or more. Officers were dispatched to a large fire behind the Goodwill store. And there's video of someone they believe to be you. Wow, setting this fire. Damaging a truck. You had some methamphetamine in your possession when they arrested you. Mr. Hasselkuss, are you on bond in any other jurisdiction?
Yeah.
Elkhart?
Did you say St. Joe?
Saint, all right. Are you still homeless?
Yeah.
And you said you're on bond from where?
St. Joe.
I don't think he is. The only case that I'm showing is the one that
He owes money on.
Right.
Well, then the praxis is not right. All right. Ms. Davis, the soon-to-be prosecutor, is here. She wanted to give input on this. Ms. Davis?
Right, I've been in contact with Three Rivers Police Department, who have been investigating this issue, and they are very concerned about the safety of the community with this individual. Most recently, at the beginning of December, he was charged with using a baseball bat to hit the backside of a car of an individual. That was the case that he came in and ended up pleading to disturbing the peace. Didn't really have a great explanation for why he did that. I thought they were laughing at him or talking about him or something.
Yes.
And, I had some concerns about him at that point. So when this came in and we start looking at the details, this could have been extremely serious as far as but for the security company from one of the neighboring businesses having a good monitoring system, that an individual called in from Detroit directly to the fire department, and the fire department was able to get dispatched out there much more quickly than usual and get it under control. But the butane that he is alleged to have used and admitted to using and burning these pallets that were up next to the building, it creates a very dangerous situation for the community and for all the firefighters and personnel that need to be out there to take care of that. He didn't really have any qualms about telling the officers that he had done it, didn't really have a reason, which is concerning. And then the methamphetamine being at the soup kitchen where he was found within about 500 feet of Ruth Hoppen Elementary. And he didn't mention anything about having that. It was then found on his person when he was threatening to swallow it in the police car. I think he's got some pretty significant issues going on right now. And the fact that he is homeless, doesn't have anywhere to go, and this is the second crime that he's committed in this month, I think for public safety reasons and to ensure that he appears and is clean and sober for the proceedings, I would ask that the court set a high bond, no 10% option, and that he be outfitted with the GPS monitor. Thank you.
Mr. Westcomb, anything you wish to add?
Yes, Your Honor. Given all the things that the prosecutor has mentioned about these charges, they are severe charges, and I would just like the court to consider the fact that the defendant here is homeless and has access to very limited amounts of resources, and to consider his lack of resources when setting bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hasselkuss, I dealt with you earlier this month, that incident where you broke the taillight out of that car with a bat because you thought people were laughing at you. Maybe they were, I don't know. But anyway, it was upsetting to you. And I could tell at that point that there were some mental health issues, but I didn't really delve into it. I just let you out of jail and gave you a fine and time to pay it. Maybe it needed more attention than that. This is scary and frightening and makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. According to the video, you stacked those skids or pellets up there, put stuff on it, lit it with a butane torch, and caught a semi on fire that burned up, doing substantial damage. And only because of somebody else's security, that whole strip mall would have burned up all the way down to probably Bigby Coffee. That would have been the biggest fire in Three Rivers in the last 100 years. We're going to need to get some probably mental health involvement here, but this is very frightening. There's no reason for it. Great risk of public harm. And I'm going to set bond at $100,000 cash or surety. The public safety implications of this case are very large. As a practical matter, as Mr. Westcomb said, you don't have very many resources, but I asked you this when I saw you earlier this month. Where are your people? Where's your family?
It's just me.
Where do your parents live? All right. Much as mental illness and a combination of both, but there's a great public safety risk. So I'm going to set the bond conditions at no drugs and no alcohol, no weapons, no assaulty behavior, and pretrial supervision, including GPS tether. If you do bond out, which is not likely, but that's by. For your safety and the safety of the public right now, the best place for you to be is where you are. Perhaps there could be some other sort of mental health placement yet to be determined. Anyway, I'm going to appoint an attorney. I'm going to set pre-exam conference for January 14th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. That's your next court date. And if we do need a preliminary examination, you essentially admitted everything to the officers. It's probably under the category of something that will seem like a good idea at the time, but as we're talking right now, you probably don't even really know why you did this. But we'll try to get to the bottom of it. All right, your next court date is January 14th. We'll appoint an attorney. They'll come out and see you at the jail. Hopefully, maybe after a day or two of forced sobriety, you'll be in a little better communication. All right, good luck, sir.
Yeah.
Eve.